Hey, I hope you're hungry. Welcome back to War Stories. I'm Jericho, and on today's episode, I kind of wanted to talk about myself a little. This video is going live on February 23rd, my birthday, so I thought it'd be an opportune time to pull back the curtain a little bit and talk about myself, a little bit about my upbringing, and a lot about my gaming DNA and what is kind of shaping me as the person that you're listening to over these episodes. We're gonna try Drop Zone today. This is probably my favorite mode besides Fighter Squadron and Blast and Heroes versus Villains. I really want to try to do one here too. That's another one I really love. But so, born and raised in Georgia. I still live in Georgia. I have a sister and a brother. And the brother especially, we have a lot of history. A lot of who I am as a gamer was shaped with playing games with him on the couch in the basement. He doesn't know I'm trying to record, making all this noise, all this racket. Now everybody's just shooting each other instead of running towards the pod. So, whether it was Melee, just sitting next to each other on the couch, co-oping against some computers, or tense battles one-on-one, Link versus Marth, we just that shaped who I am as a gamer and who I am as a person. That's some of the most cherished memories I've ever had. Or sitting on the couch with Holy Diver, playing some games, and I can't wait to try to recreate that somewhat with a future War Story. He's going to be here with us. We can do a little recording with him, and I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. So, as far as gaming goes, the first console I ever owned was a Game Boy Color. I got that and Pokemon Yellow when I turned 9 years old, I believe. And that was the first real gaming device I had and then I bought myself a GameCube a few years later. It was my first home console. So I never had an NES, never had a Super Nintendo. I eventually got a PlayStation 1, but it was after after its heyday. I just happened to get one. A friend sold me one, I think, when I got a PlayStation 2, because that was back when consoles being backwards compatible still happened all the time. That was frustrating. So some of the first GameCube games I had Super Smash Brothers, like I mentioned in another episode, and Metroid Prime. I got Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance right when it came out, and that's when I fell in love with the Metroid series, with its atmosphere, the boss fights. I really love the Metroidvania style of gameplay. You get an item and go back and look for another one because you got stuck. I don't know. It's just a cool. I just love that format more than anything. So, and even in other games besides Metroid and Castlevania, I like Guacamelee. If any of you have played that, it's a wrestling themed, so I was already interested, but it's a wrestling themed Metroidvania game, and that's really awesome. I would love, that might be a future full playthrough, would be of Guacamelee. I've been thinking about that some. I don't know the game super well, and I know there's a lot of the platforming and boss fights are really difficult, so I'm worried that I'll have a lot of episodes of failure before I'm able to really show anything good off. But, hey. That could have gone worse. Alright. So anyway, I went through school, I went to college, got my degree in music. I got a PS2, a PS3, PS4, a Wii, and a Wii U. I've never really been. I had an Xbox for a while, but I've never really been into Microsoft. I never owned a 360 or an Xbox One, and there's nothing against it. Just prefer PlayStation personally, but PlayStation and Nintendo consoles, that is. But speaking of Nintendo, that all started from a young age too. When I got my GameCube, I had Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is probably my favorite Zelda game. Either that or Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds is a very, very close between those three. And I love Wind Waker too. There's really not been many. I guess like Phantom Hourglass and I don't know. Maybe it might be a little bit lower, but I'm always getting a lot of kills. I might not be helping the team, but I'm getting some kills this time. And Zelda and Metroid always were bigger to me than Mario. I never played Super Mario Sunshine or Super Mario 64 even. I prefer the side-scrolling ones. I had I had some of the Super Mario's, Super Mario Advance when they re-released them all on Game Boy Advance. I had some of those, and I love them. They're amazing games. There's certainly nothing wrong with them, but just I prefer Zelda and Metroid, and especially Pokemon. Why didn't anybody claim it? Okay, he's claiming it. So as far as some later games that I really got into, the PlayStation 3 brought us Arkham Asylum, which is, as far as a standalone game, not talking about my love for the series since childhood like Pokemon, or cherished memories of playing it with family like Smash, just an amazing video game. Arkham Asylum would be pretty close to one of my favorites ever. I love the feel of it, the atmosphere. I love the segments with Scarecrow. I love the claustrophobia. I love the story. I love how well everything was translated. I love the amalgamation of like a halfway point between the between the animated series and the comics. I just love their take on characters, and then the series just stayed great. Arkham Asylum is actually my favorite of the three, and then City's probably my least favorite, but all three, I mean, we're talking like 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, or something like that. I love all three. I thought Arkham Knight wrapped up the story really well. I really wouldn't have had it any other way. That's the game. I haven't quite platinumed it yet, but I'm close. That's definitely going to happen. I just need to finish my my New Game Plus playthrough. That is the last trophy I need to get the platinum, so that's kind of cool. That's just the game I really wanted to sink the time into. I do like trophy collecting, but I don't really obsess over it. I like to just get a lot of trophies. I don't really focus on platinums too often. I mean, I say that mostly because I don't have but like 2 or 3, but still. I mean, it is true though. If I really focus and button down, I could get the games that have a really easy platinum just to get them, but I don't really want to do that. I want to play the games I want to play, and then the trophies are kind of secondary. But that being said, it still is fun. I think it's definitely why, as far as home consoles go, I've preferred my PlayStation to my Wii U. Is the trophies really adds to replay and it keeps me coming back. I just like how it works. Nintendo doesn't really have a similar system yet that has really caught on across their different genres. Or the different games, their different game series, I should say. And once they do, I guess that might change. But for now, going after trophies really is what brings me back to the PlayStation again and again. And I was really considering getting an Xbox. My brother Holy Diver, was always going to get an Xbox One, and I want to be able to play with him online. But I think that's another reason is I just didn't want to lose what I had done with my on PSN with my trophies and all that, and start back from scratch. Just felt kind of silly. The same reason he wouldn't want to switch and play switch to a PlayStation. You can't really fault either of us for that. So, like I said, I went to college, got my degree, I got married, we moved to my wife's hometown, and I've been there ever since. I got the job I have right now, which, not too much detail, it's a customer service sort of thing. And I like it pretty well. My dream job would be doing film compositions, or this. Oh, look at that! Top on my team. That's because I didn't care about the pods at all. That's I used to hate people like me when I was first starting this game. But anyway, I would love to do more with that or with YouTube, and it's all starting now. My channel is about 2 weeks old by this point, but I'm really happy with the growth so far. I really hope that I have an opportunity to continue to grow it and continue to nurture it, and that all comes from feedback. So whenever you leave a like or a dislike or a comment, it helps me to make my videos better. I think that this War Stories format works really well. I like just the feel of just talking, just having Battlefront is in the background, so you have something to watch, but I'm just talking about whatever topic happens to cross my mind. I was talking about 2016 movies. And then the last episode was just some of the games I've been playing lately. Now I'm talking about myself. I think the next episode will probably be a review of the WWE Fastlane pay-per-view that just happened. As of when you're watching this, it happened on Sunday the 21st. So a little of everything. And that's another thing that I would love, to leave comments and feedback of what I could do with that. So I want to give a shout out, while we're kind of talking about myself, to my brother Holy Diver, to to iLad for all his retweets and you know, helping make people aware of my channel as I've been starting out. It's been a big help. I don't know. I'm very grateful. I'm glad I took the chance and took the plunge to start doing YouTube, to just start throwing stuff up on there. And even though I didn't have, you know, the setup that I really wanted, because I'd be waiting forever. You're always going to want to have nicer stuff, but at least this way I could start on my dream, you know? So for all of you that are subscribed or that you're watching, you got this far in the video, know that from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it. You're making it possible for me to, at least the tiniest bit, feel a dream that I've had, you know, since high school or even longer. You know, when we're talking like 10 years, like as long as YouTube's been a thing, honestly. So that's gonna wrap it up for today. A little bit short, I guess, but I just kind of wanted a casual discussion just about me, my history, my gaming DNA, so you could know a little bit more about Jericho. So thank you so much for watching. But for my birthday, I need a gift, and that gift is hitting that subscribe button. Give me some feedback, likes, dislikes, comments, criticisms. Let me make this series better. Let me make my channel better so that you'll enjoy it more. I really crave and need this feedback so that I can improve things. And I know there's not a lot I can do, but I can try. You know, if the few changes I've made, adding, you know, custom thumbnails, and, you know, do you like those? Would you prefer I change them? Anything that you want to say, I want to hear. So please do me a favor, do that for me. Hit that subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and you want to come back. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. I don't know about you guys, but I am full.